Hey, it's Jake from eXp, and I'm here to tell you what's next in your real estate home purchase transaction. In this video, we're going to talk about the mortgage pre-approval process and the benefits to you in this current market. So let's get right to it. Again, with this video, we're talking about the mortgage pre-approval process and what the benefit is to you as a home buyer in this competitive market. So when talking about mortgage pre-approval, who better to bring in than the best? We've got Kevin Wilson with American Bank Mortgage Group. So Kevin, thanks for being here.
Well, thanks for having me, Jake. I appreciate it. So the mortgage process it's actually a very simple thing. A lot of people get concerned. We don't all buy homes at a consistent level. Unless you're in the industry, it's something most of the time for most home buyers, even those not on their first, but on their subsequent home purchases, that it seems like a new experience. So I'd like to touch on a few key points so that you guys, as clients of Jake's, understand exactly what it means and how you can get pre-approved so that you can go to look for a home. And in this current environment, Jake, in this current market, there are sellers and there are brokers that you deal with without a pre-approval won't actually let you show that home, won't let you come look at it. So it becomes a necessary piece of your home purchasing experience, not just for your own ability to know what you're able to purchase, but for you to actually go and view the home. There's simple pieces that we require, and what you do is you submit those pieces to us, and we have an easy process. We can do that over the telephone, and I'd be honored to actually take that information from you and build your file. And then the other way is we do an online link, and that online link's actually here. Jake's gonna provide that for you so that it's a simple one-time click. And it's quite simple. You provide us the personal information we need. It goes in there. It's a secure portal that allows us to gather that. And what you're gonna give us is the information on your income. We're gonna pull things like your credit, and we're gonna secure an understanding with each other what your financial ability is for the loan. You and I'll have some open dialogues, and once we do that, we'll generate a pre-approval letter for you and for Jake as your broker so that he can go as another arrow in his quill to be an effective purchaser, effective viewer of the home, and then put a good offer on and hopefully acquire a contract on a home.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you're right. I'm glad you touched on a couple of things with the advantages of getting pre-approved on the front end, because I've experienced that where a lot of listing agents actually won't even allow us access to show it. And certainly when you're submitting the offer, a big requirement is to provide that pre-approval letter along with the offer. And in this competitive market, anything we can do to give you guys the best edge and put you in the best position to win, that's what we're here to do. Another thing I'm glad you touched on real quick is the simplicity of the process. I think as people get a little bit overwhelmed with the whole process, they just want to get out and jump into the market and start looking at homes. And so making it that easy, a click through a link or just a quick phone call with Kevin, it's going to put you guys in a great position to be successful. Real quick too, I wanted to touch on, there's a lot of conversation going on about what's going on with mortgage interest rates. We've seen a big shift, I think, going over the last 6 months up to present day. So if you want to touch a little bit about what's going on with the market in terms of interest rates and kind of where you see this going.
Absolutely. So, and again, obviously that's a concern. The interest rate is dictating what your monthly payments are going to be when you borrow that money. And on a traditional type of fixed loan, where you're talking about a 30-year or a 15-year loan period, that interest rate is important to you because it is the money coming out of your pocket on a monthly basis. As Jake just rightfully stated, our interest rates across the country have increased. The market has been a little more volatile, and it's had a little bit of an increase. And it's worth putting it in perspective. When you're talking about rates that were in the low threes several months ago, and now we're talking about them being in the mid fives, it becomes concerning to some. Historically speaking, these are still low interest rates, and it's worth putting into perspective. And so it doesn't make it any more palatable to say it's only at 5.5 or 5 3/8 or 5 1/8, but compared to 3. But it is historically, it's not double digits. It's actually a very low interest rate. I do think the market is going to continue to increase. I think we're going to see more interest rates as the federal government tries to slow the inflation using the interest rate to do that. So I think we're going to see, and they keep saying they're going to have these interest rate hikes. I don't obviously have a crystal ball, and I wouldn't profess that I have an idea when they will push and how far they will push that. But right now we're still in a very good position for buyers to have good money and be relatively inexpensive.
Well, good stuff, man. I wish we all kind of had that crystal ball. We could all be in a lot better position, but it is the market that we're dealing with. We're seeing it with home appreciation rates as well. And I'm getting that question all the time about timing the market. And really, truly, this whole thing moves along at your speed, and you guys have to make that decision on what's best for the needs for you and your family. But Kevin, I appreciate
Absolutely.
your expertise and your time. Thanks again for taking care of my clients as you always do. And guys, if there's anything you need as it relates to real estate or home mortgages, we've got contact information available down below this video. Click the links, give us a call or a text. We're always available. And remember, when you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in real estate anywhere around the greater Houston area, I've got your back. So reach out to us real soon.